Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to another reading here at Transform with Rian. And today we're going to be exploring the topic of what will your life be like 1 year from now? So it doesn't really matter when you're watching this reading. We're just going to take a look into what possibilities lie ahead for what can manifest in your life 1 year from now. We're going to be looking at love, of course, our favorite subject, right? But we'll also look at like career and then just kind of general energy. So I'm going to just go with the flow here for your reading today. But first, I need you to pick one of these cards here to determine which reading you're going to listen to. So we have Rose for number 1, Sickle for number 2, and Daisy for number 3. Feel free to pause the video if you need a little bit more time to decide which card has your message. I'll see you there. All right, so group number 1, the Rose. Let's go ahead. I feel called to talk about just kind of like career stuff first. And it feels like this deck in particular is calling to open up that discussion. So this card right here. The King. Ooh, what a beautiful card to be getting when it comes to work. I'm sensing a lot of achievement coming through with this card when it comes to your career and work. I'm getting this vibe of like King of the Hill, right? So I'm seeing this as definitely a promotion for a lot of you. So with the promotion comes a raise. And if it's not necessarily a promotion, definitely a raise. So I'm sensing a lot of wealth appearing in your future. Maybe it could even be that, some of you do get a raise, which is beautiful, but a promotion often comes with a much larger than average raise. I don't know what it's like in the place where you live, but here in the US, most people can kind of expect that they will get a 3% raise if they're doing really, really well at their job, on an annual review or an annual evaluation. So promotions usually come with a little bit more than a 3% raise, right? I'm seeing also this energy of recognition coming through for you when it comes to work, because all of these colors here, if you kind of take a look at it, it's very warm, hot, bright colors, right? It makes me think of the sun. So I'm seeing that you're in the spotlight at work, and for a good reason, okay? That you've been working hard, you've really grown, you have a lot of talents, a lot of skills when it comes to your role inside a business or a company, and you're really getting recognized for that. So for some of you who have been working really hard and maybe not quite seeing the results you're hoping for, I'm sensing that in the next year you can definitely finally reap what you've sown. Like all that effort is going to pay off. Now, for those of you that perhaps have your own business, there's so many people nowadays that do online businesses, are entrepreneurs, right? Which I think is a beautiful thing. I'm sensing that many of you will start to have a lot more of a following, an expanded customer base. A lot of people will start to look to you as being an authority in your field, someone who sells products or offers services that are really top notch, like I'm seeing stars, how they do like ratings, especially on Google and on Yelp. It's like 5-star rating, right? And I'm seeing that your ratings are really high, like 4 or 5. Or something in between. A lot of things are like 4.5, 4.7. So a very, very high score, meaning that a lot of people that know of your products or your services really value them. And I'm getting the sense too that because of this wonderful product that you have, and I'm hearing too that you care a lot, like I'm getting the vibes of the ideal type of king, someone who cares about the people, someone who cares about the quality of the lives of those people that they serve. Because rulers, a lot of people have a misunderstanding that a ruler is the one that gets served. And in some ways they do, right? Like maybe they get served meals. Maybe they get served by a housekeeper. Someone keeps things clean and they have people that report to them. But the true role of a leader is to serve others, right? It's the person that really maintains that organization and takes the lead to handle situations so that everybody can benefit, everybody's doing well, right? And so I'm seeing that those are the qualities that you have as an entrepreneur, is you really care about the quality of the product, the happiness of the customer, or better yet, even the satisfaction. And so it's going to show. So keep building that momentum. If you felt like maybe you need to take a break or quit, like, okay, maybe take like a 10-15 minute break when you're exhausted, of course, but don't quit with what you're doing, what you're working on, because it's going to continue to gain momentum, all right? And in a year from now, you're going to be very, very pleased with the results. So let's get a little bit more information about career stuff and work, business, that type of thing. Income, mainly. So I have 6 of Wands. Okay. 6 of Cups. Wow, 2 6s. So the 6 number is really about nourishment, okay? It's about whatever it is you're giving time and energy to is going to blossom, going to expand and evolve, okay? I feel like these 2 cards want to be a part of this too. And here with the 6 of Cups too, I'm really drawn to this particular teenager, I guess, where it looks like they are looking and listening into this cup. And so I'm hearing that word of mouth is going to be a very big proponent of your business, which I would say is like a big part of a lot of businesses that are just starting. And when it comes to work, this is like people singing your praises, right? And leadership, the leadership team, and having a meeting maybe about your performance and speaking very highly of you. So I think this energy just feels so light. Now, the 6 of Wands is one of my favorite cards to see, especially when it comes to work and career, or anything that has to do with your goals, because this is really about success. I mean, look at all these people watching this. What are these ones called? Like fire performers? Like, you know, when you go to Polynesia and Hawaii, they have people that like put the fire by their mouth and they blow out and it like makes the flame bigger. Fire performer, fire dancer. And so everyone's taking a look at this person, and this person is really showing off their skills and their talents. And I don't get that it's in the sense of like being cocky, like not that at all. It's really just you shining at what you do and getting that recognition as a result. And if it involves like applying for an actual position that would be like a promotion, like you're going to get it. Okay, so I definitely see the energy coming through very strong for you. I see the workplace is going to be very harmonious, very peaceful. This 3 of Pentacles speaks to me of like camaraderie and teamwork, especially, you know, what I'm seeing is there's different types of people. We have the mer person, we have this kind of frog person, and we have fairy. And so people from different mindsets, different personalities coming together, working in harmony. So I sense like a very peaceful and happy work environment for all of you that were drawn to this first pile. Now we do have this interesting outlier here with the Tower card. So the Tower card to me is really speaking of leaving something behind, okay? That a year from now, what you have right now is completely going to shift. It's completely going to change. I'm hearing that for some of you, we talked about different sorts of environments, like working for a company in like a collective setting and entrepreneurship. What I'm seeing for some of you is if you haven't thought about making or starting your own business, I should say, I'm seeing that this is a huge possibility for a lot of you 1 year from now, okay? It might not be that you, like if you have a job already and you want to start a business, I don't get the sense that you're leaving your business, but I'm getting the sense more that the ways in which maybe you think about making money or the streams of income that you have, they're going to expand, they're going to change. Okay, the structure of like bringing in money into your life is going to completely shift for you. I mean, I know for myself, like I was raised to think of just getting one job and working at that job until retirement and putting money away for retirement. Like that's how I was kind of programmed to think about income. But nowadays, people have so many streams of revenue, right? Like I know some people who bake goods on the side and then they sell those items. I know some people who do consulting work on the side. I know some people who sell real estate on the side. Some people who invest in things like cryptocurrency or NFTs. Or fixer-uppers, like they buy houses and they flip them, right? So a lot of people are branching out. I mean, some people even just simply own properties and then they rent them out, you know, or Airbnb or VRBO them or whatever those, you know, kind of rental services are for like vacations, you know? So I definitely see that your way of thinking of money and allowing money into your life is completely going to be redone, right? It's like a renovation, right? Like it's like a whole makeover on that. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think that's the way of the future, to be honest with you, is like diversifying your income stream and not just simply with job and like investing in the stocks. I'm sensing more and more people are going to start to look at other things to create supplemental income. Okay. And I'm seeing that very strongly for those of you that were drawn to the Rose card. So let's take a look at love. Okay. Okay. So Spirit is like, you're good. We have fall and balance. Alrighty here. Maybe I should just move these over here. We'll just put them like that. So fall and balance here when it comes to love and romance. So something big is going to be happening in the fall time for many of you, what I'm seeing. Obviously, right, like the message is pretty clear there. So depending on which, you know, hemisphere you're in, the fall could be in September, October, November-ish, right? And then for others, it could be more like March, April, May-ish, right? So around that time frame. So something big is going to be happening around then. We'll get a little bit more information. I feel like this deck will kind of supplement this message. But let's take a look at this balance card here. So what I'm seeing here is that maybe for some of you, your love life has been the focus of your life right now, and like going on a lot of dates, trying to meet a lot of people, maybe searching for the one. And I feel that kind of mellowing out. So perhaps you've already found a partner. Like we have yin yang, darkness and light. And so I'm seeing that like this energy of two people coming together and creating something new, something beautiful, okay? So I see that kind of leveling out and calming down for you, where it's not such like hustle, 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 meet people, and getting to know people. I feel like the energy is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more calm and peaceful. Now, for some of you that are in a relationship already, perhaps there's been a little bit of an imbalance between your love life and other aspects of your life. Like maybe you haven't had much time to spend with your loved one because work has been so busy. Or maybe you're spending so much time with your loved one because there is I don't know, something that you both need to work on. Like maybe your relationship has been struggling and you've been disagreeing on things and arguing a lot. So there's been a need to, you know, figure out how you feel about stuff and then talk to your partner. Maybe some of you are like doing couples counseling or therapy, something like that. And what I'm seeing here is around this time, like everything will smooth out. I get the sense a lot of misunderstandings, miscommunications, anger, resentment, sadness, whatever grievances there are, everything will be kind of out in the open and everything will have been addressed, okay, around that time. So let's see what this deck has to share. I feel like this card right here. So we're already done. Spirit is like, you don't need to shuffle no more. So we have the Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Okay, so yeah, when it comes to love, I'm definitely seeing that this is a very transformational period coming through for a lot of you, and that in a year from now, you'll you'll be a lot stronger and more confident in who you are. You know, as I was reading this, the stay centered in your higher self kind of popped out in my mind as something that was important to highlight. And this is why, because this deep personal strength and peace is you connecting with your higher self and seeing things when it comes to love and romance from a elevated perspective, and not so much just from the ego, right? So I sense a lot of understanding of the person you're involved with, understanding who they are, what motivates them, what they're feeling, and then being able to respond to that, because you now understand their point of view, but you also understand who you are and what you need on a deeper level as well. So I sense this strengthening of love in your life a year from now. And I'm also feeling like a lot of self-love energy coming through for many of you, that through your relationship with someone else, you're going to build more on this love of yourself and what you deserve and what you have to offer and what you're worthy of, you know. And I'm feeling like a lot of this energy of like enoughness coming through, like you are enough, you are lovable, and standing very firm and confident in that energy. Ooh, I feel like I need to like take a break from talking, and we'll pull these cards out. So there's this song from Jeff Sater. Like, if you're watching my channel, then I mentioned one of his songs in another video, and I was listening to another song that he has that he performed acoustically with this artist named Sylvie, and it's called Far. And I don't wanna get too far, far from home. I can't get used to the water. Everything tastes better from my mother. Far, far from home. I'm getting kind of sick of it. I miss you like my cigarettes. Even though I don't smoke. Those are the lyrics. Super cute song. Highly recommend if you enjoy kind of like acoustic cover harmony kind of vibe, checking out that song, Jeff Sater and Sylvie with Far. Love it. So what else do we have coming through with love? Ace of Wands, the Magician, Knight of Pentacles. This is beautiful. So with this Ace of Wands, look at this lovely child here, signifying to me a renewal of passion. Okay, so from 1 year from now, I'm getting the sense that this is definitely going to be a new chapter for you when it comes to love, whatever that means. So for some of you that are single, it's like a definite new relationship, and I'm getting the sense too, like the solidification of a relationship. So it's not like you're just gonna meet this person 1 year from now. I'm getting the sense you're actually gonna meet them sooner, but it's like this is like that official, like you are officially a couple and you're starting life together, and maybe some of you might even mean marriage, right? That's gonna be the beginning. We have the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm getting the sense too that a year from now, all your hard work is going to pay off. So this is, I feel like, more related to those of you that maybe are in relationship and have been struggling in your relationship right now with maybe arguing, fighting, disagreeing, feeling distant and disconnected from each other. That if you value this relationship and you want to continue in it, and the same with your partner, that it will work out fine. You just have to put in that time, energy, that effort, right, to understanding each other better, and kind of maybe coming to a mutual agreement and an understanding of one another's perspectives, okay? And that's what I'm really seeing here. And I'm feeling the word compromise coming through. And I was noticing that this is a centaur, so like half human, half horse. And so it's this like hybrid energy that's coming together. So your energy, your partner's energy blending together to create something very magical. I'm also hearing too that Chiron is a centaur also, and Chiron is about wounds and healing wounds, particularly like emotional ones, you know? So I'm feeling that a lot of healing is coming through for your relationship. Now with the Magician, I definitely feel this energy is speaking more for people who are single right now and will be entering a relationship. I'm sensing a very magical time period a year from now, where it's like, okay, you're officially a couple, you've made that commitment to each other, and it's like, what life do you want to create together? Like, how do you want to move forward together? So this could be things like sharing a home, right? Like moving in together. Maybe some of you are thinking about a family. Maybe it's something a little bit more broad, like how do our worlds intertwine, like on a day-to-day basis, right? Like our work schedules, how do we balance work time, couple time, personal time, like really stepping forward into this creative period where it's like, okay, you're gonna try a couple things out as a couple, try living together, try having a child together. Maybe some of you will get into a project together. Like here in the US, there's a show where that became really popular where it's like a husband and a wife team, and the husband does a lot of more like the construction stuff when it comes to renovating a home, and then the wife has some knowledge in that as well, but focuses more on like the interior design aspect. So they're this beautiful like team that, you know, helps people remodel their home, find their dream home, and make adjustments to it once they get it, like renovations and whatever. So it could be something like that, right? Like you and your partner decide to start a business together. It could even be something like that, right? So a beautiful new beginning. And with the Magician card, it's really about your imagination and their imagination. Like, what do you want to create? What kind of life do you want to create? And the sky's the limit. All right. Okay, let's just get some general messages as well. Like things that are important for you to be aware of as kind of like a heads up for a year from now. Okay. So I have like card decks everywhere. It's kind of this fun chaos happening here on my desk. Okay. Ooh, 8 of Wands, the World, and the Knight of Coins. Oh, you have the Knight of Coins twice. So I'm really feeling for that, for many of you, that this is just a reiteration that while watching this reading right now, for those of you that were drawn to the rose, it's really important for you to take some time after this reading to really feel out how you want your life to look 1 year from now. And I'm hearing the word that you should journal about this. And it's not so much that you have to stick to this, that this is the end all be all, like, you know, New Year's resolution kind of vibe, where this is your goal for the upcoming year. It's more just about starting to set intentions, and then you can modify them as you go along, as you see what's working for you, what isn't working for you, so that you can stay on track towards elevating is the word that I'm hearing, right? Because you have the World card here. So this is about like completing a major chapter in your life, achieving some kind of big goal or goals for yourself. So a year from now, it's whatever you choose to develop in your life, enhance in your life, work on, you know, over the next year, you're gonna be successful. You have the 6 of Wands here. It's gonna work out just beautifully for you. But again, you need to be consistent, right? Like the Knight of Pentacles coming through twice. It's going to take time, effort, and energy. It's not just going to happen magically like that, at least not in this next year. It's not one of those years for you where things just fall into place so easily and effortlessly. This is one of those upcoming years, this time frame for you where it's like wherever you put the work, that's what's going to blossom and grow, okay? That you're going to need to nurture this vision of yours, this dream of yours, okay? Now, what's beautiful is with the 8 of Wands, you're going to have a lot of movement, a lot of success with this. For some of you, it could even mean like moving, okay? That you're going to be moving homes, moving to another country, moving for a job. Some of you might even do more traveling as related to work, possibly. Like for those of you that are entrepreneurs, maybe part of your business is like vlogging, and maybe do travel vlogging, or maybe you do makeup, fashion shows, maybe you interview people like celebrities or musical artists, whatever. And so I see a lot of traveling for many of you as related to perhaps work, or if you get a new position or that raise or promotion, right? Maybe you're like a regional supervisor, and so you have to go visit different branches within a certain region of the country. So you do have to travel for work in that regard. So I sense a lot of movement, okay? I'm sensing that even though things may not happen like magically and effortlessly, that things will happen quickly, okay? At sort of like a steady pace is what I'm getting, you know? So I don't know why like Spirit is showing me this like Instagram following. So maybe some of you are like focusing on brand awareness through social media. So, you know, maybe lately you've been getting, you know, 10 new followers or 10 new subscribers a day or a week. But what you'll start seeing is that number is going to grow. So it'll be like, you know, 100 people every week, up to 1,000 people, 5,000 people every week, 10,000 people every week. So it's kind of like building on itself. It's making me think of one of those interest building curves, right? As you collect interest, it's like compounding interest energy, right? It's like building upon itself, and it's kind of like I'm seeing like a snowball, right? Going down the hill, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so it's that momentum. That's actually a really great word for it. You're building a lot of momentum as you go through this next coming year in a lot of aspects in your life, right? We're getting a lot of growth and development here. Career success, love success, abundance, a lot of wealth generation coming through. So this is beautiful. I'm really excited for the year ahead for a lot of you. And, you know, to be honest, I don't see too many warnings. I mean, even the Tower card was a positive message about like how you think of money now is going to be completely different a year from now. So I don't see a lot of big obstacles coming through. I feel like you're probably maybe experienced some of the obstacles already, and those are going to be cleared out. So what a beautiful reading for all of you. I look forward to the year ahead for all of you. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I look forward to reading for you again soon. Take care, loves. Hello there, group 2, or those of you that were drawn to the Sickle card. Let's see what you can expect or what predictions are here for you 1 year from now. So opening up your reading, we have the Sickle card, and unlike the other pile, I'm really sensing that a message is already coming through with this Sickle card, that there is an energy of harvesting 1 year from now. So just be a little bit mindful of whatever seeds you plant, that you'll be able to see the results of some of the work that you'll be putting into it within the next year, like some big developments, big accomplishments. I'm also hearing too, on top of this, because it's a general reading, that for some of you that something is going to be cleared away from your life. I'm not getting the sense that it's going to be something necessarily that has been difficult for a lot of you. It's just that there's going to be a change or a shift. So for example, maybe you like your job and you enjoy it, but perhaps a new opportunity will come your way with another company, another group, and that has just better pay, better work hours, better opportunities for advancement, whatever the case may be, and you're gonna take that opportunity, right? You're gonna switch jobs, switch businesses, whatever. Maybe some of you, it could be moving homes. Some of you could be having a new relationship in your life, a romantic connection, right? So I get the sense that there is like leaving something behind, clearing something out of your life, okay? And it's not a bad thing. Maybe the transition part might be a bit challenging, you know, and it's of course, whenever there's an ending to something, there might be some sadness involved. But overall, the shift will be towards something good, okay? Now, interestingly enough, unlike the other pile, I really feel called to open up with love and romance first. So, okay. No, Spirit was like, that's it, one card. The the other one had two to kind of start this topic off. So we have free will, choices, decisions, contact, inaction. Action cannot be forced. So what I'm feeling with this free will card, for those of you drawn to the sickle, is there's something, and I don't think you're aware of it right now. I think this is something that's going to unfold or be revealed to you as this year passes. And so what I'm seeing here is that there's something perhaps that you really want to see happen because of your own belief systems, because of your own values and upbringing and opinions and ideas. And what you're going to find out is that it's not going to work out that way. Okay? So it could be, let me just give you an example so you kind of understand what I'm talking about, but I have a feeling that each of you, it's going to be some variation, some different scenario. Okay? So let's just think, for example, like as a parent, okay? I'm getting this example as, even though it's not a romantic one, the idea behind it is going to be the same. Like, a parent wants what's best for their child, right? And so the parent may suggest like, oh, you should get a job in this career field. Like, you should be an engineer, you should be a lawyer, you should be a doctor. You should have some type of career, is what they're going to push you towards, that has, financial security with it. Okay, although again, I think this is sort of changing now with the younger generations, this idea. You should go to college, study hard, get this certification, this diploma to work in this career that is stable and secure, right? And can provide a good living for you. And a parent will maybe impress that upon their child, but their child is completely different, right? Like, instead of being, that type of bookworm, nerdy, like into corporate life, maybe they're a little bit more of a free spirit, right? Maybe they want to be a singer, an artist, a musician, a marketing director, a graphic designer, someone who makes video games, like something, a YouTuber, right? Something completely different. And as the parent and even the child themselves, they may be experiencing a lot of frustration because they're both trying to change each other and turn someone else into something that they're not, rather than just accepting who they are, right? And working around that. And so I feel that energy right here. So perhaps some of you, maybe you're going to get involved in a romantic relationship, if you're not already in one, where you want that person to be something that they're not, or do something that maybe they're just not ready for, maybe they're not capable of. And you have to realize that they have to do things at their own pace, right? Like, for some of you, I'm sensing that your partner might be experiencing something very difficult. Like, maybe they got demoted at work, or they got in trouble at work, or maybe they lost their job, like people were getting laid off, and it really hurt their self-esteem because they were one of the people that got laid off, and they're finding it hard to have that motivation to get out there and find another job right away. And you're wanting them to, like, dust yourself off, get back out there, like, suck it up, bills got to get paid, right? And the more you push to help them get motivated, the more you're actually pushing them away and creating this distance between yourselves, right? It could be something like that. I'm also seeing too, like, maybe your partner is like a bit of a slob and doesn't know how to pick up after themselves, and maybe you feel like a little bit like nagging after them, like, oh my god, how many times do I have to tell you to, like, wash your dishes when you're done eating, or put your clothes in the hamper, right? Like, that type of thing. And it's just something about them that it's like, it's not going to change. So it's like, pick and choose your battles. Like, there's probably something else that they do really, really well that makes your life easier. And so maybe you can kind of overlook the fact that they really are bad at washing the dishes or putting their clothes in the hamper, It's making me think of this song by Tweet. She's like a R&B singer from a while ago, and it's the song called Complain. And she sings about that, like, about someone who she used to nitpick and nag at them over these little things, and then now they're not together, and she's like, well, I would take it all back and I wouldn't complain at all if I could just have you back in my life. That type of thing. I'm trying to remember how the song goes, and all I could think of is the chorus line was, I wouldn't complain at all. I think one of the lyrics is like, I could sing about love lost, but what if there's no love to lose? If every day I saw sunshine and it never rained the blues. So something, I think I'm singing the right song. She has a lot of good songs on that album. Anyway, let's get a little bit more information on that. And I feel like my new Decolonized Tarot deck wants to share a little bit more about love sector. Not necessarily related to just this, but I think in general, there's a couple of messages that want to come through. And I felt called to just grab these cards here. So we have the Six of Coins, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Pentacles, and the Magician. Oh, okay. So I definitely feel with this Wheel of Fortune here that that there might be something that was simply like maybe just bad luck, or it's just simply something that happens that, there was no preventing it. There's nothing that someone else could have done, either you or your partner, that could have changed the outcome. Like, for example, the layoff thing, right? Like, maybe it's not even the fact that your partner is a bad employee. It's just like they just had to make cuts, and maybe your partner was at the job, didn't have seniority and wasn't there as long as other people. So even though they're a great worker, they're the ones that got let go. That kind of thing, And I feel like this energy of the sooner that you can accept this and just support your loved one and support each other in this process and hold space for them, the better off you'll be. And with this Six of Coins here, I'm hearing this energy of generosity. Okay, so some more information is coming through that's giving me a bigger picture. So even for some of you who are single and looking for a relationship. So a year from now, what I'm really seeing is that it's like a period of you having to be very compassionate, having to be very generous and kind to your partner, because I get the sense that they are going to go through something a little bit difficult, okay? And I'm also seeing here that there's really nothing that you can do to help them other than just be there for them, okay? And just listen to them and just continuing to love them, okay? Like, maybe some people think like, oh, maybe if I'm just happy enough, if I just be silly enough, if I pay for this vacation so we can leave and take some time away, everything will just be better. And I'm really getting the sense that it's not going to be that type of situation, that this is a big part of their life, their journey. And you, as their partner, your role is just to be there and show them that you're not going to abandon them. That's kind of the thing that's coming through, which is very interesting. Maybe your future partner or your current partner now, if you're already in a relationship, maybe they have some issues with abandonment and experiencing failure or big letdowns where perhaps it really hits them hard, right? And maybe they didn't have that type of support before meeting you or before being with you during hard times. Like maybe a lot of people abandoned them. They didn't, show them love and support. Maybe they kind of nagged at them even more or shamed them, guilt tripped them. Sometimes what I'm hearing to mention is like sometimes parents, when they warn their child about, oh, you need to do this or else this will happen, right? And then inevitably there are instances where the child doesn't listen, and then they do it, and then they experience whatever consequence. And then the parent, and it doesn't even just have to be parent, like could be even friends or whatever, that's like, see, I told you, like if you had just listened to me from the beginning, then this wouldn't have happened, and now look at you. Now look at what happened. Like now you're broke, now you don't have a job, now you're hurt and you can't do this thing, right? And it's just like, don't hit a horse when it's down, man, right? That's not how you show love to somebody. That's like totally not the time to be like, I told you so. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like, a year from now, your relationship will really grow and mature and experience a new level of power by just being there for your person, okay? That they have the right to make their choice, their decisions, okay? Whether to do this or to do that, and you need to kind of respect their choice, all right? Even though as a partnership, yes, a lot of times the other person's actions do have an effect on you. But in this case, what I'm seeing is this is really part of their journey, and they need to learn something very pivotal about this, which is why they're going to be going through it. And for you, I don't see necessarily like anything bad happening for you because of whatever their misfortune was. I just see that you're going to be fine, and it's important for you to carry them through this phase in their life, okay? If you really love them, if you really care for them, this is your time to support them, all right? That's what I'm seeing with this Two of Coins, because there's gonna come a time, if you're together for long enough, where you're gonna need their help, right? Oh my gosh, I'm hearing that song, Lean on Me. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, right? And then there's that part where that I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Yes, so I feel that like energy coming through, that a relationship is give and take and about mutual support. And it's going to be really magical for them. Like you just being there and not putting them down further or making them feel bad about anything is going to mean so much to them. It's going to literally be magic, okay? It's going to slowly help them start to believe in themselves again and come out stronger, and just I'm hearing that they'll have a lot of gratitude for you, okay? So there's this beautiful opportunity here to really support each other in this love relationship, okay? And, it's that through sickness and health kind of vibe, for richer or for poorer, like there's this opportunity here for you both to make good on that sentiment when it comes to committing to each other. Ooh, very, very interesting. Totally was not expecting that. Okay, let's take a look at like career stuff. What do we have for career? Okay, I feel like this card was the one that wants to come out. So we have the Cave. Ooh. Okay, I'm sensing there's a little bit of mystery coming through here. I'm also sensing that there's a lot of hard work. I'm getting the sense that there's going to be a very big period when it comes to work where you're going to really have to hunker down is the word that I'm getting, right? Because like the cave, I'm seeing like a lot of people and creatures going to a cave to like seek shelter, right? To kind of hole up if things are kind of crazy and turbulent outside in the world, like maybe the weather is crazy, right? Stormy. But I'm also seeing this energy of like a man cave, if you've ever heard of that term, where, it's kind of like an office where the men go and, kind of do whatever work, contemplation, planning that they need to do. Maybe they hold important meetings in their man cave. Maybe they just watch sports in their man cave, play video games, whatever it is. Like that's their kind of protected space to do what it is they need to do, they want to do, right? And so with this, when it comes to your career, what I'm seeing is like a year from now, I'm feeling that there's like a big project. There's going to be a big ask or a big expectation of you, and you're going to have to be very, very, very focused on this, which, you know, may turn out to be for the best, because while your partner here is going through something and they just need you to be there, not necessarily solve their problems or do something for them, but just lend a sympathetic ear, give them a hug and a kiss when they need that extra motivation, extra reassurance, right? You're going to be busy with your own thing, okay? And so it's going to be important for you to remember to check in on them and see how they're doing, but you won't have much free time to be worrying about them and their progress. Actually, I'm really sensing that you're going to have some things that you're going to need to take care of in the work situation yourself. So it could be like a year from now, maybe your company is going to be expanding, or they're going to be launching a new product that's going to be like this big thing, this next big thing for them, for the company and the business as it expands, reaches new audience, increases sales and revenue, whatever. And so it's like all hands on deck. There's a lot to do here in order for this launch to be a success. So I see a period of like a lot of hard work for many of you when it comes to that, where it's, you know, it might even be a bit exhausting. And maybe on your days off, you really want to just rest in bed, stay in your pajamas as much as possible, turn off your brain, be super lazy, right? So that you can recover and then get ready for the next busy week coming up. So I'm really seeing a lot of like work hard. It's like a building period for you, okay? Sometimes we go through life and there's this time where it's like we just receive rewards, receive money, receive promotion, like that type of thing. Like our hard work pays off. And then there's times where we have to do all the hard work and we have to put more effort than usual. And I'm seeing that that's kind of what's happening for you when it comes to work a year from now. Let's see if we get some more information on it. It could even be for those of you that are like entrepreneurs, like this is a year from now, you know, maybe you'll secure like a really big client. Okay, I guess these two cards want to come out. Maybe you're going to secure a really big client, or maybe, you know, I see some of these self-development coaches and stuff, spiritual coaches, whatever, they hold conferences, they hold workshops, they hold events that are like 2-3 day events in like, you know, some type of conference center, convention center, whatever. So it could even be something like that, where if you have your own business, you're going to be going out, meeting people, speaking to them, holding workshops. Maybe I'm also hearing some of you, if you're authors, it could even be like a book tour, right? Where you're visiting other places and getting together with other authors and selling your books, signing autographs, taking pictures with people, right? Maybe if you're a celebrity or something, it could be even like fan meetings. You know, I've seen that happen a lot with a lot of some of the boys love dramas that I've been watching, especially the ones in Thailand. They do like these fan meets where they sing for their fans, answer questions, play games, and then they, you know, take photos with fans and autograph stuff. So it could even be something like that. Maybe even if you're a musician, right? It could be you going on tour. So what else do we have? We have 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Okay, so yes. So this is something that you wanted, something that you wished for. Like you want success for your business, right? You want success for your book, your music, for your company. You want to be able to move on up maybe in the company and like get into leadership roles or positions or director or whatever. So like it's your wish to have this type of success when it comes to work. But again, there's going to be a little bit of work involved that takes certain steps to get there, right? It's just not, you don't always just teleport into a brand new role. You know, for a lot of people, it's a step-by-step process towards gaining that success. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, you know, like at first I was thinking, well, law of attraction and manifestation, you know, for some people it can happen instantly. But there's also something to be gained and to learn when it comes to building your success, right? Like when I was learning how to speak in front of people, like it wasn't a good thing for me to be speaking in front of hundreds of thousands of people right away. Like I needed to speak in front of like a smaller group and hone my craft of speaking and certain techniques to keep the audience engaged. Like I had to learn, that's why they have an internship, right? You kind of have to learn the foundations before you can advance and get to the top. I think that's probably a better example. And so it's going to involve a lot of hard work, but that hard work is going to be important for you to learn from when it comes to progressing, okay? Now, the Seven of Swords is a very interesting card that shows up here. I'm getting the sense that there's definitely some sneaky energy coming through, especially with this cave, and there's like this set of eyes where it's like, what is that? Is that a human? Is it an animal? Is it a creature? And what are their intentions? Is it shady? Is it not? But you also have this sun, this light here as well. And with the Seven of Swords, we have this shady figure in the shadows here. And this sort of coyote wolf creature, like kind of running with these daggers and dropping some along the way. And so I feel like there's some sneakiness happening. So I feel like there's a warning here to be alert to any funny business. Like maybe someone's not doing their part. Maybe someone's taking credit that for something that they didn't do, right? And so I feel like you're really gonna have to be aware of that. Maybe if you are going on a book tour, if you're touring, if you're sharing something, like just make sure that the books are in order, meaning the finances are in order. Like someone isn't trying to sneak in extra money, extra like taking a bigger cut than what they're due. So I'm really getting this energy, like you have to make sure that there's this fairness happening here, okay? Because I'm also getting a warning, you don't want to get bad juju. So hopefully you don't have any intention of swindling somebody or doing somebody wrong, doing somebody dirty, which I don't think that you do. But it could even be just like a clerical error on your part, okay? Like maybe you forgot to send an email to something, or maybe you forgot to submit a receipt to get money back, or maybe you forgot to pay the bill for the caterer. Like it could even be something like that, like something totally unintentional, but someone else might be feeling like you're trying to pull a fast one on them, you're trying to cheat them. So just be very careful. Like you're going to be very busy, so it's easy for some mistakes to happen. So maybe this is like just a reminder to double check your work. That's perhaps a little bit more on point with it. Okay, let's kind of see the general energies for a year from now for you. So just kind of like what else is happening personally. Okay, wow, you got 3 cards that just kind of like jumped out there. So we're going to take all 3. I'm going to go with the flow of things. So you have dog, far away, a distant friend is thinking of you, Lily, spiritual love, and April. Okay, so April is going to be a big month for many of you. We'll try to get some details and see what's happening in April. It could be related to this, could not. Maybe it won't. We'll see. But so in a year from now, I feel like there's going to be a reconnection with a friend who maybe you lost contact with. They're going to be thinking about you, maybe thinking about reaching out. So you might get a little DM, on social media from them, checking in to see how you're doing, someone you haven't heard from in a while. So that's nice. Hopefully that'll be nice. We also have spiritual love, and I really feel like this might be speaking again to what's happening with your partner, that they'll have a very challenging period a year from now for them, where they have to really grow, develop, learn some things, mature, and really, kind of show what they're capable of, like prove to themselves that they can handle things, and they can handle things that life throws at them. And so I feel like there's this elevation where it's not just, I feel like, oh, okay, this is a good way to put it. Thank you, Spirit, for kind of wording it this way. So I think it will kind of help as well if maybe you're a little bit uncertain about this. So this, a year from now, is so amazing is it's not like this honeymoon phase of your love is gonna pass, okay, where it's just like you put them on a pedestal and like everything is so lovey-dovey. Like you're gonna go through this hard, challenging period as a couple together, and it's going to strengthen and deepen your bond. It's going to become more of a spiritual love. Like you're going to feel really connected with your partner. Like you know them, you understand them, you care for them on a whole nother level. So much more powerful, so much deeper. Because love can be easy when everything is going so well. And then some people, maybe you've experienced this yourself. Like when the going gets tough, like some people just bail, right? Like they just disappear and they don't want to hang in there. And so I feel like this is one of those moments in your life together as a couple where it's like, we've been through it together and we stayed by each other's side. We had each other's back. And now our love, our relationship is that much more powerful, right? Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, let's see about this April thing before we wrap it up for y'all, okay? Okay, this 3 1s come out. Normally I don't like pulling cards next to each other, but I guess sometimes it happens, right? So we have Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. So April, okay, so I'm really sensing some type of visionary thing happening in April for you, all right? Where part of it is, again, sticking with that hard work and reminding yourself, like, what are you doing this all for? Okay, because sometimes when we're in the thick of things, we're in the middle of chaos, when everything feels like the world and all these responsibilities are weighing on us, we can fall into despair. And sometimes we forget like the bigger picture here, like we forget to keep our eye on the prize. And this is, I guess, another reminder about April, like just remembering to yourself, like, hey, this is why I initially started on this path, on this journey, and I can't give up yet. And one of the things that I'm recalling right now as I'm sharing this reading with you all is that a lot of times it's like, have you heard that saying, it's always darkest before the dawn? So things feel the worst or get the heaviest or get the hardest right before we're going to have success, right before we're going to achieve something big. So in April, don't give up. Remember, like magnify the end goal, your dream that you have, rather than magnifying the chaos and the difficulty. Like, don't focus on those things. Focus on the bigger picture, okay? And again, remember your dreams because they can come true. The Queen of Pentacles is manifesting that. The Knight of Cups is like all in their head, all in their feelings, daydreamy, right? All these romantic thoughts that aren't necessarily grounded in reality. But thankfully, you have the Queen of Pentacles here to help you out so that everything that you thought was a dream or a fantasy before, it can come true, all right? Just hang in there. Oh, what a beautiful message. So even though the year ahead, there are going to be some challenges that will arise, it's definitely not something that you can't handle. Like, you can do this, all right? The universe will not put things in your path that you are not prepared for or that you won't be able to accomplish and overcome, all right? So hang on to that, loves, because it sounds like there's going to be lots of rewards once you make it through these hurdles. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I look forward to doing another reading for you soon, loves. Take care. What's up, Group 3 or the Daisy crew? Welcome to your reading to take a look at what's possible, what the predictions are for your life 1 year from now. So right out the gate, I'm sensing some energy of like a lot of fun, something very whimsical, something very fresh, some kind of cleanliness coming through with your reading. So I'm feeling drawn to just kind of give some overview messages for your reading right now. And I'm feeling like it's going to come through with this deck. So let's just kind of take a look at some main messages, and then we'll kind of hone in on work and / career and then love life. Okay, so let's just get some overview here. You have the 9 of Cups. How beautiful is that? The Empress. Ooh, yes, honey. Knight of Wands, and then this card was trying to be a part of it, and so was this. So we're going to take it all. Justice. Here, let's just do this. And, oh wow, the Ten of Cups as well. What? Oh my gosh, no wonder I was feeling all this happy energy coming through for all of you. Um, because you have the Nine of Cups, wishes granted. Like, look at this person chilling like a villain, right? They're just so at peace here, sitting on their pile of flowers, which it's giving me very similar vibes as the daisies, to be honest with you. And then we have this Ten of Cups, which is really just this emotional fulfillment, okay? So that what's so beautiful about the Ten of Cups is that it doesn't really matter what's happening in your life, whether or not you're in a relationship that you want to be in, whether or not you have the job of your dreams, whether or not you have as much money as you want, whether or not you're in tip-top physical shape, whatever. Doesn't matter the circumstances, you feel happy, you feel content within yourself. Like, you are filled with joy, even if some things in your life aren't going perfectly or have not yet reached the pinnacle, okay? So that's what I'm really seeing. Like, a year from now, it's like, you know, regardless of whatever we find out with love and career, work, whatever, as we continue your reading, you're going to be happy. You're going to feel good about where you're at, all right? Now, we also have the Empress card. So I'm sensing that there's a lot of love in your life a year from now. Like, I'm really feeling that you have a lot to be grateful for. And I feel like maybe in general, you're just that type of person maybe who tends to be a little bit more optimistic, right? The person who is like, the glass is half full instead of the glass is half empty, right? And that type of person is like, hey, look on the bright side. At least blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like that silver lining. You're generally just an optimistic person, perhaps. Many of you is what I'm seeing. And a year from now, that's not going to change. And with the Empress, going back to what I was originally talking about, right? I sense a lot of love, a lot of really beautiful connections in your life. So some of them I feel is going to be new as well. Perhaps this Knight of Wands is referencing that. So it could be like a fire sign. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, someone new coming into your life that you have a lot of fun with, that you get to go on a lot of adventures with, that kind of brings a little bit more joy and laughter into your life. And not that that's necessarily been missing, but I feel like it's in addition, right? Someone that is loads of fun coming into your life. But I also sense too that this could even just be family, friends, perhaps even a lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, something like that, that you have a really beautiful network of people around you that care about you and your well-being and how you're doing. Here with the Justice card, you know, I just can't help but feel that you're being protected like a year from now. Maybe some of you, like there's some type of challenge happening in your life right now, could even be legal, right? I don't know, maybe some of you are involved in some type of lawsuit. Maybe someone's trying to come after you and you have to defend yourself and like prove you did nothing wrong, which I genuinely feel you didn't. Or it could be the other way around, where someone wronged you and you're trying to get what you deserve. You're trying to get compensated for whatever losses happened as a result of their actions, right? And I see that really, for sure, being closed out. You know, sometimes with these lawsuits and things, they just go on and on and on. They just drag, right? They drag on and on and on and on and on, months at a time. And so I really feel it wrapping up beautifully where, you know, those who didn't do right will suffer the consequences. And then those that were wronged, they will be compensated and they will receive what they are due. So I really feel like, and it might not even be legal, right? Maybe it's just something that you've been experiencing lately that is going to be cleared out. Like maybe it's something at work, right? It could be something like maybe your boss has been playing favorites and like picking on you or something like that. And a year from now, that's going to be completely gone, either because your boss got fired or they got transferred or they quit, whatever the case may be. Like if there's some kind of stress and injustice happening in some area of your life, it's going to be cleared away for sure by a year from now, maybe even sooner for some of you. It could even be like maybe it's a broader issue, like when it comes to work, like a company policy that's unfair, right? Maybe it's not so specific as like your boss and your interaction with them. It could even just be like a company-wide issue where, excuse me, where the employees are like trying to change something, a policy that's outdated or unfair to the workers. I see success for that. Okay? Yes, that's what's coming through right now. I feel called to draw one of these cards. I'm not sure what that's about, but whatever. We'll just listen to spirit. Okay, so we have a couple of cards actually. Broken wishbone, wish will not be granted. And Cain, pay attention to your health. Interesting. So with this, wish will not be granted, I actually get the sense that this is your thought process. Like maybe there's something that you think isn't going to be possible for you because it's just so out there and you're like, how can that even come true? How can I get there? Like you have some dream that seems out of reach. And what the whole reason why we pulled these cards out here is to let you know, hey, it's possible. So it can be think of that Cinderella song. Impossible things are happening every day. So don't give up on your dream, whatever it is, okay? Have that mindset, switch that around, change your mindset to be like, it's possible versus impossible. Think it's possible, okay? Change the words around a little bit. Now here with Cain, pay attention to your health. I think that's a separate message here to just be mindful. I'm hearing for some of you, it could be about eating habits. So just be mindful of what you're putting into your body. I know here in the US that there's been, the number one health issues is like heart disease because of maybe too much fatty foods, high blood pressure, fast food, too much salt in the diet, right? Also diabetes, too much sugar, and then your body gets burnt out on making insulin to manage the sugar levels in your blood. So something to pay attention to over the next year is like your diet. Make sure you're having a balanced diet, okay? I know easier said than done, but I feel like that's just sort of a heads up for you. Okay, what should we talk about next? I'm hearing love for a lot of you. So let's go into this conversation about love. I feel we got this one and this one. Ooh, travel and offer. Okay, so I'm getting like tons of messages coming through because this is a general reading. Okay, so for some of you, a year from now, there's this offer to definitely take your relationship to the next level. So whether or not you're in a relationship now, a year from now, there's going to be discussions about moving in together or getting married, okay? That's very clear, very straightforward. With travel, I see for some of you a lovely vacation a year from now. It could even be that this is a vacation with someone you're already dating. And if you happen to be single at the time, like a year from now, I'm getting the sense you're going to meet someone while you are traveling. Or it could even be that they're traveling to where you are. So I see this beautiful romantic connection coming out as a result of travels. I also just heard that some of you will be meeting a foreigner a year from now as well. So it could even be that your destiny is that your soulmate is a foreigner. So you'll be connecting and meeting with them Ooh, I'm actually also hearing that for some of you, you might meet your soulmate beforehand, but a year from now, because they are a foreigner, you're going to be traveling with them back to their home country. Maybe even as a result of this engagement, or maybe that's where you will get engaged, is you're going to meet your partner's family who lives abroad. Ooh, that's really fun. Ooh, I love it. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards to see if we can get any other idea about romance, love life, that type of thing for a year from now. Okay, we have Three of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Is there anything else, Spirit? Okay. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Oh my God, you got 10 of Cups twice. Oh my God. So definitely I'm getting the sense that many of you are going to like get engaged or get married a year from now. I'm feeling that so strongly right now. That when it comes to love life, this is like a fulfillment of whatever wish or dream you've had since you were young, actually, for like years. So for those of you that are like wanting to connect with your soulmate in the next year, I see it like super duper possible. And like not even just like, oh, you meet and start dating. Like I definitely even see a lot of you moving in or getting engaged or actually getting married like within this next year. So that's so cool. Congratulations. So excited for all of you. Ooh, I love when people find true love. Okay, so what do we got going with this Three of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles? So, I'm definitely seeing there's a lot of like POC energy, people of color energy here. So I'm definitely feeling for a lot of you, not that this has anything to do with skin type, but the person that you're going to be with is a foreigner, or at least someone whose ethnic background is different from yours, okay? So it could even be that, again, both of you are like US citizens, for example, because I'm a US citizen, right? But your partner's family is from another country, okay? And that's where most of their family lives, okay? So that's what I'm really sensing here. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, Three of Wands. What are you all trying to tell us? What are you trying to tell me that I can pass on to group 3? So it's something about the life that you're building together is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing that the person that you're going to be with, they are like a planner. That's what I'm getting. They like to plan things out. They like to be prepared. They have like this idea, this vision of their future. They have goals and they are very committed to their goals and they work hard towards it, right? Maybe you're the one that's a little bit more free-spirited between the two of you, but this kind of reminds me of one of my friends from grad school. Like she was a little bit more chill and her husband was the person that's like a lot more organized. So her husband was the one that like really thought about finances and like, okay, I want us to be able to buy a house within the next 3 years. So this is what specifically we need to do with our money over the next 3 years to achieve this goal. And then I want to make sure that we're able to retire, at a certain age. And so this is what we need to be doing as far as investments and da 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 da. And then we want to have children. So let's start planning how much does it cost to like raise a child these days, right? So he was like very, very much a planner, someone who looked to the future, who had a very clear idea of what they want to happen in their life. Like I'm so not that way. I used to think I was a planner before, but then I met other people and I'm like, okay, I'm totally not a planner. So I feel like the person that you're going to be with is that person who takes care of things. Like if you're going on a trip, right? If you're traveling, like they'll make sure they know what hotel you guys are staying at, what's attractions, touristy things you're gonna do, how much money you're gonna need, planning out the plane tickets properly so there's not like super long layovers maybe, or that you arrive at a reasonable time during the day, like whatever their preferences are. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like they have a fine eye for detail as well with this magnifying glass. It's like they I really just feel like they plan things out like down to the minute. And finances is like they're planning things down to the penny or the dime. You know what I'm saying? Like they are really, that is their happy place. That is their comfort zone. All right. But a lot of their plans, as I'm looking at the Ten of Cups, it's really, they're doing it not just for their sake or not because they're like super picky, even though there's some of that energy there. But I really see it as like they want to make sure that they are comfortable and that the people that are with them are comfortable as well. And that's why they're so big on planning things out. It's because they want to have a very comfortable, enjoyable, a stress-free time. Like that's really their main intention, and they want to make sure everybody has enough. You have enough time to do things, you have enough money to do things. So very like thoughtful with this process, and again very considerate is what I'm getting. Oh, that's so lovely to hear, right? That sounds like a lovely person. So congratulations. Group 3. Let's see. Okay, let's shift gears. Let's take a look at career, work, finances, that sort of like spectrum. Okay, so we have, interesting, the cave. This came out for group 2. But let's get some more information on it, because I have a feeling the message might not exactly be the same. Okay, so I'm gonna sing this song while I shuffle. It's by Jeff Sater. Love him and his voice. And Sylvie. It's called Far. And I highly recommend you listen to it, because I'm obviously not going to do it justice by singing it a cappella, because the version they have has beautiful harmonies and a guitar, an acoustic guitar, like my fave. But the song is called Far. No, I don't want to get too far, far from home. I'm getting kinda sick of it. I miss you like my cigarettes. No, I don't wanna get too far, far from home. I can't get used to the water. Everything tastes better from my mother. No, far. Oh, such a beautiful song. I really hope you listen to it and enjoy it just as much as I do. Okay, so let's see what we have here with the cave. We have 4 of Cups, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, wow, Queen of Wands, and 10 of Wands. So I'm getting here that a year from now, there's going to be a lot of personalities, a lot of people that you're going to be working with. And I get the sense here it might not be very easy, and it might not start off as very harmonious, because we have the 10 of Wands here, which to me is the word that's coming through as I look at this image is challenges. And I see the 4 of Cups here, and the word that's coming through as I look at that is distraction or even misdirection, where we have these 3 birds here on the cup, and we also have this cup out here with a bird on top, okay? Where it seems like maybe where the focus is distracting and easily misinterpreted, misunderstood. I also hear that maybe all of you have different priorities, different focuses when it comes to work, and it's not all on the same page. It's not all aligned. I'm also hearing like a lot of feelings, like everyone has different feelings towards this project or this endeavor. And there's this potential for it to kind of collapse before it even gets started if there's not open communication. So with this cave, what I'm seeing here is everybody's very much isolated in their own thoughts, in their own feelings. And what would be best for the situation is to kind of lay all your cards out on the table. That's kind of what I'm hearing, what I'm getting. That not to be so guarded with each other, but you know, as this effort is a joint venture that is very important for honesty all around, okay? Whether that's in the workplace or maybe if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to bring new people onto the team, if you want to do a collaboration with someone else, like it's really important that you all get together and have an open, honest conversation about what you envision and what you see for whatever project it is that you're working on together. So let's take a look at these personalities. So I can see now why maybe everyone's mindset is a little different because we have different elements here. We have cups, swords, wands, okay? So let's take a look at these personalities who you may already know or who you may be meeting over the next year. So Knight energy, so we have very young energy, very active energy, very robust energy here. So I'm getting the sense that these people are younger than you in age. Okay, and then this Queen of Wands is either similar in age to you or perhaps older than you. All right, so this Knight of Cups, this person, I'll describe their personality to you, and then when you meet them, or if you have already met them, you might have an idea of who I'm talking about. This person is a bit of a dreamer. Okay, they can sometimes be in a fantasy world. They dream big, even though they might not understand the practicalities of the situation, okay? They might be like, oh, I want us to make it on the local news. And everyone else in the group is like, oh, that's a really big dream. Like, who do we know that's in the local news or local media? Like, we can't just, send them an email and be like, yo, we want to have a spot on your show, right? But they have this dream. They dream big. They see things for what they could be, which is beautiful. So they see a lot of potential. But what they don't have the knack for is like creating a process or a step-by-step way of reaching that goal. Okay? So this person is a bit of a dreamer. Like I mentioned before, they can see what's possible, but they don't have a clear sense of how to get there, which is why it sounds like you need this teamwork, okay? Why you all need to have an open discussion because all of you have an important piece to making this vision come true. So the Knight of Swords, what does the Knight of Swords have to bring? This person is super intelligent, super smart. They know how to communicate. They know how to get information. They know how to pass information along. But what I'm getting here is they are almost a little bit too practical, too logical, or maybe they lack that human touch, that finesse, right? I'm seeing like a total nerd, and I don't mean that in an insulting way or a mean way, but you know how sometimes the people who are the smartest, like have the most book smarts, they're a little bit socially awkward at times, right? And it's almost like they understand numbers and figures and data a lot better than they understand maybe some social cues, right? And this person, Knight of Cups, they're really good at understanding feelings and emotions. They're really in touch with that. But again, as far as like the logical process part, they might be lacking in that. And that's where this Knight of Swords comes in because they can fill that gap in, okay? So with the Queen of Wands energy, this is that charisma here. This is that fire, that passion. I sense also very much like a motivator, like a cheerleader kind of energy, a go-getter, getting things done. I also feel a little bit of luck coming through from them. Like they somehow in their life, they happen to be at the right place at the right time. Or this is the person too where I sense a lot of the connections can come through. Like they really know how to persuade people, convince people to kind of be on their team. So like this person has a vision. They have a lot of the heart. They have a lot of that faith that things will work out. They are very in tune with how other people are feeling and how perhaps things can be easier, how they can comfort and console when things get challenging. This person has all the knowledge, the information, the data. They know how to get things, how to make things happen. And this person here knows how to reach others. Okay, they know how to network. That's a beautiful. So like maybe this is like research and development, like data. This is like marketing, outreach, um, community building, right? That could be this person. And then this person here is, I feel like maybe more the person that can work behind the scenes in a way and make sure everybody's happy, everybody has what they need, kind of like human resources kind of vibe, like team management, perhaps, right? I kind of sense that vibe. And then, of course, maybe you know how you would fit best into this picture. So I feel like these energies coming together in the workplace will lead to success. But again, you have to be able to talk to each other. Oh, we have 4 of Cups. So maybe like 1, 2, 3 is 1, 2, 3. And then this one here is you. Okay. So that could be how it works. Like 4 of you coming together to create something very stable. That's the essence of the number 4 is stability, foundation. All right. And so if you appreciate each other for what they bring to the table versus where they're lacking and where they don't have it together, I feel like you'll have success here when it comes to your career and work and business. Because everything, trust me, everybody has something very valuable to contribute to this grand vision, this dream, this goal. And it's important that everybody, each and every single person, recognize each other's talents and embrace their own talents and own gifts. I'm also hearing too that people need to stay in their lane. Okay, it's very important to kind of like divide and conquer, is what I'm hearing. Is, everyone has their strengths, and it's best to play to that strength and not kind of interfere or intervene in someone else's area of expertise or whatever they're responsible for. Because trust, everyone has enough on their plate. There is no need for people to go looking for extra work, okay? So beautiful. I wonder what this big vision and this big dream is for you all. And it sounds like it's very possible, but the key here is that working together, that cooperation, okay? So be mindful of that. And remind your team of that as well. So I had a lot of fun doing this reading for you. I hope you got a lot of good insights about what to expect, what's ahead for you, and you heard some really good things. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave, and I look forward to doing another reading for you soon. Take care, loves.